federal government spent $160 billion last year on federal contracts, but not all federal contracts. Contracts reserved for a small demographic of companies. Companies with the right registration, the right certification. They get to compete in a small group of companies that can win a piece of this $160 billion. Let me tell you how you can be a part of that. I'm a federal contracting officer with over 10 years of experience. That's over a decade of soliciting, evaluating, and awarding federal contracts. And today we're talking about small business set-asides and how we look at that from the federal government perspective. Before we talk about the different certifications, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a college application process where you have two different pools. You have the general pool and you have a more selective pool. Let's first talk about the general pool. This is open to everyone. It doesn't matter your racial background, which state you're applying from, your religious background, everyone has the same opportunity. As you can imagine, this is going to attract thousands and thousands of people for just a few spots. That's no different than what we see in the federal government. We have what's called full and open competition. Everybody has a fair opportunity to win a government contract. No matter if you're a large business or you're a small business, you have the same chance at winning that government contract. Let's talk about the other side of the application, the specialized group, where you may have to be from the same county or the same state as the school that you're applying for. You see how the competition is limited? You're only competing with 30, 40, maybe 50 other applicants. We have the same type of restrictions in the federal government. We call these set-asides. Federal government set-asides, we're mandated to do so, according to FAR Part 19, and Congress sets the percentages. Right now we're sitting at about 23% of all government contracts have to be set aside for small businesses. Small businesses like yours. And I would tell you now, as a federal contracting officer, the small business group is on our heads to make sure that we're reaching these goals. We have to set aside for HubZone, for women-owned, for service disabled, for total small business. All of these companies, we have to hit a certain percentages. And if we don't, it comes back to us as the contracting officer. We have to hit these goals because Congress mandates us to. Under the SBA, the Small Business Association, they allow you to get different certifications to allow you to be more competitive for government contracts. And the first one that we're going to talk about is the 8A program. This is a development program that I think if you're eligible, you should apply for it. What you're going to do, they're going to partner you with a different business, a company that's already been there and done that. And they're going to act as your mentor. This is called the Mentor Protege Program. With this, you have opportunity to bid on contracts. They're going to review your proposals. They're going to review the solicitation itself. They're going to do everything to make you successful. And in this program, you get to stay for 9 years. So you're going to get this type of treatment, this type of mentorship for 9 years in the program. And you can go out and win government contracts with ease. To be eligible for the 8A program, you have to pass a few tests. The first test, you have to be a small business. Second test, you have to be in business for at least 2 years. But hey, you can get a waiver for that. The third test, you have to be economically disadvantaged. And to show that, you cannot have an adjusted gross income over $400,000 for the last 3 years. You can't have a net worth over $850,000, and your total company assets can't be above $6.5 million. And the last test, you have to be socially disadvantaged. And up until last year, January of 2026, when we received a new administration, if you were Black, Asian, Native American, pretty much anything other than white, you were presumed to be socially disadvantaged. But under this new administration, they've changed a lot. A lot of companies that were in the 8A program are no longer, and I can see it being the same way for times to come. So you have to now show proof that you're socially disadvantaged in order to be accepted into the program. But if you do genuinely qualify for the 8A program, there's some perks for you. As I mentioned before, you get to stay in the program for 9 years, you have a mentor that's helping you, and from the federal government, we can directly award to you up to $4.5 million on services. That means you're not competing, we just signed over a contract directly to you because you can produce and you've shown proof that you can do it. The next small business certification is HubZone, historically underutilized business zone. This is where you see low income, high unemployment, and just overall distress. And the government's trying to pull more funding into that area to help grow and develop it. And in order to be qualified for it, you have to be a small business. You have to have their main office in the HubZone area. And you can find this on SBA's HubZone map. It's due for an update this year, so what you've seen last year may be a different map than this year. And the last thing, at least 35% of your employees have to live in that HubZone area. If you qualify for a HubZone certification, there are a few perks there too. The first, you get to apply for HubZone set-asides. Next, which I think is kind of sweet, is you get a 10% price preference from the federal government. And what that means is, if you're competing against a large business and they bid $100,000 and you bid $109,000, you're considered the lower price because you get that 10% price buffer. That's kind of sweet. From a government contracting side, when I'm awarding contracts, I mainly see HubZone for construction companies. I don't know if it's the way things work, but a large number of construction companies, I see them mostly in the HubZone category. The next certification is the Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business. And to be eligible, you have to be someone who served in the military and have a disability rating. A disability rating of 0 to 100. Yes, you heard me correctly. A 0% disability rating still allows you to get the certification. For those without a disability rating, there's still a chance for you. You can apply for a certification called the Veteran-Owned Small Business. This is just people who don't have a VA rating at all. You simply just have to own and operate 51% of the business. 51%. You can't just be somewhere in the background. You have to own and operate and have a position in the company of 51% or more in order to have this certification. For my female contractors, this next certification is for you. It's Women-Owned Small Business. You have to own at least 51% of the company and make decisions on 51% of the actions. As a federal contracting officer, I'll tell you straight, this is a set-aside that we do not always meet. We have to struggle at the end of the year to meet our Women-Owned Small Business set-asides. So I encourage you, if you're a woman or you have a wife, have them register as the business owner of 51%. This is going to open opportunities for you to win more government contracts just by having her as the business owner and operate 51% of the company. Granted, she has to operate 51% of the company. A step further, similar to the 8A program, if you're economically disadvantaged, you can apply for a certification called the Economically Disadvantaged Women-Owned Small Business. Wow, that was a mouthful. With this, you have to follow the same criteria as 8A, and you have a special set aside just for you. Last year, the federal government spent $160 billion on federal contracts for small businesses, small business set-asides, small business like you, companies like yours. This tells me that there's opportunity for you to win. Look at the social economic classes that are listed, the certifications that are listed, and see if you can apply for those. Heck, if you can stack those, if you can be a women-owned, veteran-owned, 8A, and HubZone, that's opportunity for you, for each of those categories to win. I'll tell you from our perspective, from the government's perspective, we struggle with some of these areas to award. As I mentioned before, Congress mandates us to set aside and award to small businesses. So we have to award to you. So if we're not meeting our goals, it makes things hard for us. So if you qualify for those certain contracts and certain opportunities, we can directly award to you. There's no competition. There's nothing but opportunity for you. I highly encourage you to figure out what you can apply for with certifications that you fit and apply for them.